Hey, what's going on, guys? Just Respawn here, and sorry I haven't made a video in a long time. Just been school shopping and everything because school's tomorrow on my actual day. I don't know where you are in your time of place. You might be like UK or whatever. I'm in Canada, so it starts tomorrow. I'm not sure if different parts of Canada actually start in different times, so I have no idea. But mine starts on September 3rd. And that's tomorrow, since the actual time I'm making this video is September 2nd. Yeah, this is a $4,500 gaming build, and this is going to be actually for all you that want to go over to LAN parties and everything, and this is going to be back to school. And the reason why it's back to school is because some of you might be in high school, some of you might be still in like preschool, like I am. I'm gonna go in grade 8. So everything right here I have in front of my face. Yeah, you guys can't see it yet, but this $4,500 build. I know that's pretty freaking expensive for back to school, but it can do anything that you want it to, because this can go through editing, rendering really heavy, fast. This can do gaming, this can do designs and everything, so this is actually pretty packing a hell of a lot of punch in this PC. But yeah, let's get on to it. First, we're going to start off with the CPU, obviously, the heart of our build, which that is an Intel Core i7-3770K 3.5 GHz. This is a quad-core desktop processor, and I think it's like 6 or 8 megabyte cache. So, the 4770K actually replaces this, but I'm pretty sure the motherboard that I have today doesn't support the 4770K yet. So if you guys want the 4770K, you probably have to get a new change the motherboard up and everything. So yeah, but the 3770K and the 4770K, the 4770K is like maybe $20 more, and it does the same performance, just that it's an updated version. So yeah, if you want to get that, you probably have to get a different motherboard. The CPU cooler, which that'll be cooling this Masterous Beast, which that our CPU is $324.99, and that's the base price, and with all the rebate stuff and everything, and it's $314.99. So now let's go on the CPU cooler that we were just about to say. That's going to cool our 3770K, which that is a Corsair H100 CFM liquid CPU cooler. This is an amazing CPU cooler. The little like square plate that goes onto the CPU actually has these 3 modes of fan. How much fan there's like 3 modes of like how cool you want your CPU to be. If it's like, if your CPU is getting really hot, I would suggest turning it up a bit. Like, I don't know, if you push a button then it goes to another one, or you just twist the thing. But there's 3 modes on it, so you can like open up your case and do that. So actually there's 2 120mm fans, or two 140mm fans. I'm not sure if those are 120 or 140mm. Not sure, but it's a long radiator. So yeah. So the motherboard is a Gigabyte G1 Sniper M3 Micro ATX LGA 1155 motherboard. So yeah, this is a really high-end motherboard for those micro ATX cases, which that we have today, but I'm not going to be announcing that until later of the build. So obviously the original Gigabyte G1 Sniper that had, I think, was 4-way SLI and up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, and this board does support up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I'll get onto the RAM right after this, so don't worry. And yeah, this is a really great board. I highly recommend it to all you people out there. So now let's go into the memory / RAM, which that we're going to go with Corsair Dominator Platinum 32 gigabytes, and this is 4 times 8 gigabytes DDR3 1600 megahertz RAM memory, whatever. I was gonna go with 2400 megahertz, but it was 1.65 volts, and the CPU was 1.5 volts, so I kind of had to, the CPU would have had downgraded, or the RAM had to downgrade or whatever, so I didn't want to do that, so I just went with 1600 megahertz. It's good enough for gaming. But yeah, we went with 32 gigabytes. Reason why is because if you guys are going to do designs, editing, and everything in gaming, if you guys want, you can downgrade that to like 8 gigabytes RAM or 16 gigabytes of RAM. I highly recommend 16 gigabytes of RAM if you guys are going to do like video editing and gaming. If you guys are just going to do gaming, I just highly recommend 8 gigabytes. But if you just want to go with the shits, then go with 32 gigabytes of RAM, because if you guys are going to do all those three things, like go on in Photoshop and everything and create like a thumbnail or something like that, or gonna video edit and render all the time, so 32 gigabytes is gonna be way to go. And I'm pretty sure it comes with lights on top of the Corsair Dominator Platinum, so it's going to look really, really cool with an LED on the top of the RAM, and that's going to be really, really cool. So now let's go into the storage. With that, we're going to be holding all our games and much, much more, our media and everything, their OS and everything. But yeah, let's go on to the Western Digital Caviar Black 4TB. We're gonna go with 2 of those. Each of them is $258.99. So yeah, those are 4 terabytes, a lot of storage, 8 terabytes altogether, obviously. So now let's go on to the SSD, which I will be putting our OS in most of our games. If you guys are done with the game, you guys can move it on to the actual just like hard drive, so like it doesn't take up everything off your SSD. But yeah, our SSD is a 2 Samsung 840 Pro Series 256GB 2.5-inch solid-state drive, which that both of these are $212 each, and pretty good price for a 256GB SSD, because usually around 128GB SSD, if you guys are getting a high one like these, are probably around 180, so you would only be paying like $20-40 more for around 108 and 28 more gigabytes. So it's pretty freaking awesome. You can RAID 0 the crap out of it and do all that high-end stuff. So now let's go on to the video card, which that will be doing all that good stuff in gaming and designing and everything. So we're going to go with 2 Asus GeForce GTX Titan 6GB video cards. So a total of 12 gigabytes of VRAM. And I know many of people say that the combined video VRAM doesn't combine, but 6 gigabytes for one, dude. Obviously that's going to be enough for gaming and video editing and much, much more. If you guys are just going to be gaming, I would suggest 2 690s, and they're the same price as a Titan because they're $1,000 each. But yeah, now let's go on to the case, which that will be holding all of our stuff. And like I said at the beginning, you will be able to bring this to LAN parties, and your mind will be like, oh wait, it has to be a small case. And this is actually a really small case, and it's by Corsair. This is the Corsair 350D Window Micro ATX mid-tower case. This is like $89 to $79. You're like, wait, the 350D is not like $79 or whatever. It's around like $40. But just with the window, if you don't want the window, then it'll probably cost like $40 less. But if you guys want the window and see like the glowing green GeForce logo on your graphics cards and the LED on your RAM and all your components, then get the window. It's only like $30 more. But yeah, now let's go on to the fans and everything that we need to cool this build and everything. So we went with 3 Corsair Air Series AF 120 Quiet Edition 2-pack. So we're gonna have 6 fans altogether, and they're 120 millimeters, so they can fit anywhere. They're $24 each. So that's really, really nice. So they're really, really good. I'm pretty sure it goes up to 1200 RPM, so it's not that it's not gonna go like or something like that. It's just gonna go really quiet, so that's why it's called the Quiet Edition. So yeah, now let's go into our power supply, which that will be powering our whole build, because I like to do that last. So like get that done, like get that at the end, because that's that's not the heart of the build, but that's what's gonna power everything. So I wanted to go with a durable power supply that will be lasting for a hell of a long time, in which that is got the most recommended power supply out there that I viewed, which that is a Corsair 1200 watt 80 plus platinum certified power supply. This is a epic power supply. This is the 1200i edition, so this is actually really awesome, and I know it's a big price point for $300, but it's gonna go great. If you guys really want, you guys can downgrade to a 1000 watt or something, but I would not suggest going under 1000 watts, because I went on CyberPower PC and I clicked on like the same kind of stuff here that I did on this build, and I think it was like 900 watts, and I don't think there's like a 950 watt or something. I'm pretty sure there's like a no-name branded 950 watt, but I would not recommend no-name branded power supplies, because they could break down and just like completely break all your components, and you never know how much your components cost and everything. So yeah. So let's go on to the last two things, which that this is optional if you guys want an optical drive. This is an Asus Blu-ray reader drive. This is actually $99 if you guys are wondering. With all the rebate crap, it's like $94, but $6 off, why not? So if you guys don't want Blu-ray, a normal optical drive, like an LG optical drive or some random one, will probably be around $15. So it's always good to have an optical drive if you guys watch movies or something. And this can actually be a home movie theater setup, but I wouldn't recommend Titans though for home theater setups though. But you guys can just go with like a like a $100 graphics card or something if you guys are gonna do a home theater setup. But yeah, if you guys want to go with that, or if you guys want no optical drive, you guys but if you don't want an optical drive but you do want an optical drive, just get one of those external USB optical drives for like $20-30. They're USB, you just plug in USB, just sit in your CD or disk or whatever you're putting in there, and it reads to your computer, and there. So the last thing, you need an operating system for your computer. So I went with Microsoft Windows 8 Professional, because this is the most best one that can go with, because they always put the console games first, because I don't know why, because mostly all console games that are on the console first, those games come out like maybe 1 or 2 years after for PC or something like that, or at the same time, but they're always put console games first. But yeah, so it's gonna be this Microsoft Windows 8. You can probably get this for a lot cheaper, but right here it's $129, so $130 can't do you well. So because the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are actually going to run off Windows 8, so it's actually going to work better with games and all that. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed this for $4,500 gaming PC build. I stayed with you for 13 minutes, and I know that's over the top on all that for talking so much. My heart's pounding, or no, it's just about to stop, so I better end this so I can take a drink. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, guys. If you guys want me to do any other kind of builds, like a Pacific build, like I don't know, a $1,000 PC build or $750 PC build, just like comment down below. What price do you want a PC at, and I will make it. I'm pretty sure after you respond, it'll probably take me a week to make the video, because like obviously school starts tomorrow, and this is why it's a back to school ultimate build. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to leave a like and add this video to your favorites, and peace.